This conference will now be recorded.
Yes, I am.
Now everyone online knows where he's at.
And I can hear Mr. Hurt really good too.
Don't catch Democratitis.
On that note, it's adjourned. I mean, welcome to this regular meeting of the Vader City Council. It is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. The time is 6:04 p.m. Roll call.
Jason Daly.
Jason did ask to be excused for a family event.
Randy Hall.
Randy also asked to be excused for a medical issue, I believe.
Don Hurt.
Here.
Michael Ferguson.
Here.
Mike Parsons.
Here.
Mayor Shai.
Here. We have a quorum. Pledge of allegiance. Mr. Parsons, will you do that?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excuse me. Mayor's report. 4th of July is rapidly approaching. The committee could always use some more volunteers, either with the planning or events the day of. So please contact Ken Joslin if you'd like to be part of that committee. McMurphy Park Stage Building Benefit Concert. Their next and second concert is coming up next weekend on May 31st. Of course, it's sponsored by the Friends of Little Falls. So if you spread the word and make sure you're there, because the last time we did this in September, it was a lot of fun. So come on out. Tractor update. So the flare mower updates were complete by Jennings. There was a little hiccup with the fittings that were put on there. They weren't the right ones. John got that taken care of, and you may have seen him around town yesterday using the flare mower. He says it's super handy. It's saving him a bunch of time already. He's using it in the park. He was using it on blackberries down, had it set up vertical, doing the blackberries down the roads. So already getting really good use out of it. So that was a good pick by the council for an upgrade. Deputy clerk and public works summer hire. You may have seen the advertising in the newspaper. It's also on Indeed. We've gotten said we had several summer hire applications and quite a few deputy clerk applications as well. So if you have anyone else that's interested that may be interested, please have them apply. We're going to be starting interviews next week, maybe.
End of next week.
End of next week. So have them get their information in. What was the other thing I was going to say for the mayor's report?
The survey.
The survey. For the comprehensive plan, the planners had an online survey. There are flyers over here with a link to the survey in there. There's a QR code and there's also a direct link. So please go online and fill out the survey if you haven't already regarding Vader and growth and things you'd like to see and things you wouldn't want to see.
Do we have that link on the website?
On the first page and under planning and development also.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, these are the flyers that were handed out at May Day. So go ahead and grab one on your way out. And even if you're not a resident of the city, if you use city facilities like parks or something, definitely lend your opinion. Council reports. Any council members have anything to report? Okay, hearing none, moving on to agenda approval.
I make a motion that we approve the city council meeting agenda for May 21st, 2025.
We have a motion by Mr. Parsons to approve the agenda. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Ferguson. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Minutes approval.
I make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes for May 7th, 2025.
New motion by Mr. Parsons to approve the minutes for May 7th, 2025. Do we have a second?
I'll second it, Joe.
Second, Mr. Ferguson. Mr. Hurt, too. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Voucher approval.
I make a motion that we approve the end of May vouchers, end of May 2025 for $41,406.20.
So we have a motion by Mr. Parsons to approve the vouchers as stated. Do we have a second?
I'll second it, Joe.
Go ahead. Go
Second
ahead,
by Mr.
John.
Hurt.
Pay the bills.
Second by Mr. Hurt. Any other discussion on the vouchers? Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Special reports. We don't have any special reports tonight. Public comment. Do we have any members of the public that would like to make any comments tonight? Yes. Sir, please come on up here, state your name, roughly where you live, and say your piece.
Maybe pass these along to whoever. I'm Mitchell Shook. I'm the founder and CEO and chief bottle washer here for Advanced Stream. 28 years bringing public broadband to communities that are unserved and monopolized generally by the incumbents that, have opposed our efforts for 28 years. So we finally are here to tell you that you can cast off the chains and kick down the walls that have held you hostage. Our partnership with Lewis County PUD will be a long mission. We begin here. We're going all over the county, so all the ratepayers and the citizen owners of the public utility will have an opportunity to get what we have now here in Vader. We can't tell you the difference it's making in people's lives. Even today, we just came from an install. My sidekick Jay here helping me out. Farmer was seeing less than 1 megabit service over CenturyLink DSL. Couldn't stream, couldn't enjoy any of the benefits of modern society and visit his doctor and go to school, or the kids are, disadvantaged. Really is a digital divide. And so we thank you for being, I guess, they really embraced this project and being such a good partner with PUD. I know Willie wanted to get it here quick, and here we are. And
We wanted it quick.
I know, I'm so happy. I think some of the citizens don't understand fully the process, that they have to turn in an application with the PUD. And then the gateway gets put on the home. And at that point, it's open access. So like the government owns roads, you pick what car you drive. Here, the PUD owns this information highway. You can pick your internet provider. They're all good companies. We hope you'll think about Advanced Stream. We're especially known for our white glove service. The way to differentiate is read the Google reviews and you'll learn about your ISPs. Again, Willie vetted us all. They're all good companies. So whoever you pick, you'll be in good hands. And we have a low price guarantee on our deal here, but there's different ways of getting it. You can either pay for the install and then just get it at our cost, $49, and that's $250 for the install, or you can pay $67 a month and we'll give you a free router. So we're here to help, and don't hesitate to, don't be afraid of it. We'll help you in every way. Free installation. We'll set up your Roku, your doorbell, your Fitbit, your Internet of Things, whatever. And so sometimes the elderly are reluctant to make that change.
Careful what you promise. Mike's got a lot of wacky stuff at his
No, we
place.
specialize, like I
Are you
said.
kidding? It all looks great.
And so again, I'm Mitchell Shook, all shook up, Advanced Stream. Thank you for letting me spend a minute with you.
All right, thanks, sir.
Okay.
You had all
I
that
did.
stuff. Huh?
Works perfect now.
All right.
I don't know. It's
Moving on to city business, item number 1, unless there's any other public comment. I don't see anyone else on the public comment.
actually, well, it's not public, but along the lines of these, I do want to share my security system. I used to change the batteries on the cameras about 2 to 3 weeks. As soon as I got this, my battery lasted my whole trip, which was 8.5 weeks. I don't know if it's because it doesn't have to search for it or what's going on, but
Stronger signal.
yeah, the batteries on the security cameras last forever. Yeah.
Unintended benefits.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I love it. Item number 1, council to consider 4th of July committee request to use vendor fees that they acquire from this year to pay for, to help pay for the bands. So if you remember last week, there was or last meeting, some representatives from the 4th of July committee were here. Since they don't really have a nest egg right now to kind of pay for some of these things. And so the request was that as vendor fees came in this year, they could expense some of this year's costs towards some of that money that was coming in. So that was the request. A little unusual. Usually, like the way Park Board does events, right, is, they'll have, they'll spend money this year and then save that, whatever profits they have, they'll use it to fund their event for next year. So.
Are they planning on funding the event for next year?
I don't know what all their plans are.
Because I would, as we, like when we first started that in the new location, I always hoped that the event would take care of itself. And it seems like we're putting more and more money into it, which is fine to get it started, but I hope that they are moving it to the self-sustaining so that the next time we need to raise property taxes, that's not anything on our budget for that. And that'll free up more stuff.
Yeah, I know in general this year, we're spending half-ish, about half as much as we did last year because we've got the Lewis County grant to help out.
Oh,
So
okay.
$5,000. So, and so this year in particular, we're spending less, but there's no guarantee that next year we would necessarily get that grant. But yeah, that was the concern, was that, well, if they spend their money that they make this year, how would they do it next year? And so, I don't know, that was their request.
Do they have a report? Have they been able to provide a report of vendor fees that have been collected? So that we know like actually what they're working with?
So they pay the city. So far, they've made $190 in vendor fees. And then there are the car show. There's been 3 car show registries that have been turned in already. But all of that money that they're getting for those comes into the city. So we're keeping track of it here.
I understand that. So I just checks and balances. So they're not really asking us to allocate much or allow them to allocate much funds, but we're giving them permission to have the free will to be able to try and promote their event and hire a band to further their income for next year so that they could be potentially more sustainable.
Yeah, and I think that's their idea. I mean, they're a smart bunch. I think the idea is that they put some money into it up front, that overall it'll generate more on the day of. So I think that's what they're going for. But it was just a little bit of an unusual request, and so we wanted to make sure City Council gave the green light on it.
Do we need
Yeah,
a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve it. That they can allocate their funds that they gather from vendor fees to hire entertainment for music and whatnot.
We have a motion by Mr. Ferguson to approve the 4th of July committee request. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Parsons. Other discussion on this?
Make sure you're leaving the whatnot.
The whatnot? What? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. All right. Any other discussion on this? All right, hearing none. All those in favor of the 4th of July request, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2, council to consider resolution 04-2025. Amendment number 1 to agreement number WQC 2024 Vader 00169. So this is regarding the Department of Ecology funding for both the outfall diffuser engineering work as well as the lift station removal and converting it into a gravity feed. So this would be the next part of the process, and actually the last part that we're going to do for now. Because I think I mentioned to everyone a while back that we weren't going to have construction funding for a while. So this is just the last piece of engineering and design. Half of this money is loan and half of it is forgivable principal, more famously known as a grant. So that's what it's for.
So we did get the funding for the grant?
So they gave us funding for design, for engineering and design. So all of the paperwork leading up to construction. So we've been working on that for a couple of years now, and the way they do this is they give the funding to you piecemeal. So, all right, now here's the initial engineering, here's the next part of the engineering, and here's the design. And so they give the funding to you in different waves. And so this is the third, I think this is the third and last part of it. Once this is done, we'll have a complete design that's ready to go out for bid. And so once we do get construction funding, we could just hit the ground running, go out for bid. It's actually a good thing, I think, in a way that it was delayed. Everyone kind of knows this was a bad year for government, for state funding and any other funding. And so this will actually give us time to get maybe a more favorable package like we did when we built the sewer plant. Also give us some other time to maybe apply for the things like, community development block grants and things like that. So we'll be able to build up a better stack of grants. So, but anyway, this is just to complete the design. So.
I make a motion that we approve resolution 04-2025, amendment number 1 to the agreement number, do you need all that number?
Yeah, that's fine.
WQC 24 Vader 00169.
The motion by Mr. Parsons to approve resolution 04-2025 for the amendment to the Department of Ecology funding agreement. Do we have a second?
Second, Joe.
Second.
Second, Mr. Hurd. They're like rock, paper, scissors. Who's gonna do it? Any other discussion on this?
When do we get the design? Or they've already started on it, didn't they?
Yeah, no, they've started on a bunch of stuff. They've had geotech out, they've got drawings up. Yeah, this is like the last part of it. There's different steps that they do.
Did they have it surveyed?
I think they had the survey come out. Yeah, they had the survey come out a while back.
Huh.
And we were walking around back there last week.
Oh, you guys were?
Yeah. Well, there's from your property, there's one of the valleys comes off of there, one of the gullies.
Yeah.
And if you pull up the waterways, it shows that it's a fish stream. And so Gary Cooper, one of the city planners, went out there to visually look at the fact that there's no fish living on the side of your hill.
Yeah, there's no fish there.
No. Well, and it's the one that runs like from your field right down into the junk.
Yes,
straight down into the junk pile,
yeah,
and there's no fish.
no,
Fish. There's just no erosion. It's just grass and blackberries.
yeah,
So yeah, we stood right in the stream, and he took a picture of the no fish.
yeah.
So that'll make things easier. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor of resolution 04, 2025, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3, council consider resolution 05, 2025, planning committee nomination. Sherry Kindle. There were actually 2 opportunities for planning committee approval. This was one of the applicants. I believe came recommended from one of the council members. Any discussion or any comments from any council members about the planning committee nominee?
Nope. I make a motion that we approve resolution 05-2025 planning committee nomination for Sherry McKernan Kindle.
Motion by Mr. Parsons to approve resolution 05, 2025. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Ferguson. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. And a reminder, there still is another vacancy on the planning committee, and there are a variety of folks that are interested. And so keep us apprised. That's the end of city business. Any other elected official comments? You know, Mr. Ferguson was on the radio yesterday promoting Nick Murphy Park and Friends of Little Falls and the upcoming concert, and so that was great to hear. Thank you, Mike, for promoting that.
Did you sing?
I appreciate you. That's awesome, Joe.
I didn't hear him sing.
No. You didn't sing on the radio?
No, I just laughed and shared the good news of what we were doing and how we're doing it. That's all.
You sounded very comfortable, almost like you had done that before, or you had been a DJ in a past life or something like that.
I could tell you, Joe, that I would do it any day, every day. I could do a half-hour conversation with somebody else. Like, let's talk about it. Like, let's have a conversation, you know? When I talked to the DJ to schedule my time frame to be on there to pitch the nonprofit and what we're trying to do to raise funds for the amphitheater, he says, hey, can you do 30 minutes or should I have another caller? And I said, well, I can talk to you for 30 minutes. I could talk to someone for an hour if I need to, but I need a little, back and forth, and it worked out great. I think even like the last concert, it's happening because it's supposed to, and I just believe in it, and I appreciate all the support, and if everyone can just tell their friends about what we're doing, show up, make a donation if you can't show up. But it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're gonna provide a good space for the community to provide entertainment for future generations.
Well, that's great. Looking forward to it. All right. Well, if there's no other elected official comments, then this meeting's adjourned at 6:28 p.m.